Today's First Alert afternoon weather update is brought to you by Lockhart Roofing.
Got on me my mic. Good Friday afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here, live for our 2 p.m. First Alert weather live stream. I want to thank everyone for joining me here today as we take a look at rain chances moving out, but snow chances looking to develop as we get through the rest of our Friday into our Saturday and even Sunday. As always, if you have any questions, make sure you head over to our Facebook page at WNEM TV5 News. There I will try to answer any of the questions that you may have. I do apologize if I do miss your question. Just a sec, I gotta fix something real quick on my end, but hopefully we can get that really quickly fixed here and get on with our stream. Just having some technical issues on our other system here. Let's see if I can get it going. Should be done real quick. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday. Again, we had that rain this morning. Many woke up to wet roads and probably wet cars, but we've dried off here into the midday, and we'll continue to see conditions on the drier side, at least for the next few hours. That's going to change as we get later into the night, as a snow chance looks to develop. We take a look outside right now, and this is going to be if it wants to load here for us, again, sorry about this. Look at downtown Flint. It's a pretty similar look across the region. It is cloudy skies. It is wet from that rain this morning, but we're not seeing much precipitation fall at this point. Now, there are going to be a few areas that could be seeing a few snowflakes already, especially down to our southern counties, like Genesee County. So just north of Flint there, just seeing some snow trying to be picked up by our radar, by our sky tracker. So don't be surprised if you see a few flakes here into the early afternoon. Like I mentioned before, that chance will start to increase as we get over the next couple of hours into tonight and then into our weekend. We'll actually see that here on our hour by hour. This is at 4 p.m. This afternoon. Still pretty isolated. It's down to the south towards eastern Genesee and most of Lapeer County. But then as we get through the night, again, just seeing these isolated chances, it's going to turn into a lake effect chance as we get through tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, I will say there's been some sort of changes about the orientation of that lake effect. It's going to be one of those things where there will be some areas you don't see much in terms of snow on Saturday, especially down to the south. If you live in maybe southern Saginaw County, into Shiawassee County, Genesee County. But it's up to the north that if that lake effect can set up, you will see some snow and maybe consistent snowfall at times through our Saturday afternoon. As you can see, that lake effect banding continues to be a sight as we get through Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. This is 11 p.m. on Saturday, seeing a snow band set up from just north of Clare all the way to Bay City and then into Saginaw. And again, it's just going to be watching out here over the next 24 hours of how do forecasting models read where those lake effect snow bands want to set up as we get through the next 24 hours. Then as we get through Saturday night into Sunday, that low pressure system that we see moving through the state that is giving us this lake effect snow chance will start to really get to the backside of that low, and that's going to start to just give us enough sort of energy, turbulence in the atmosphere that we start to see some more just snow chances, maybe not as much associated with lake effect, but associated with that low pressure system. So that's where we could see that snow become a little bit more widespread, maybe seeing it in areas down to the south as we get through Sunday afternoon. So this is 1 p.m. on Sunday, seeing that snow chance now in areas like Gladwin, Clare, Mount Pleasant. Like I mentioned, location's going to be tough with this, so you may get a long period of time this weekend you don't get much snow, and then you get a period where you get some very heavy snow for a short period of time, then maybe some more consistent lighter snow for a few hours. It's just going to be one of those things where it's going to be on and off all the way through much of our weekend, but especially up to the north on Saturday with those lake effect snow bands looking to set up as early as tonight, but really setting up as we get through Saturday morning into Saturday early afternoon. Because we can see here, this is 5 p.m., those snow bands wanting to set up from Clare all the way out to Bad Axe. So just another lake effect snow chance Now, in terms of accumulations with this, we have created this snowfall potential map. This is, again, for both Saturday and Sunday. So right now, a trace to 2 inches is what we're holding for areas really through southern mid-Michigan into the thumb. Now, we'll see how things change with that banding set up as we get the next couple of forecasting model runs, but it's just our northern counties, especially towards Ogama and Roscommon County, that we're seeing that 1 to 3 inch mark. And again, it is lake effect snow banding, could a few areas. If you can get the right banding there set up, hey, a little bit more, I'm not going to count that out. Could we see it struggle a little bit at the start? That's definitely a possibility. We've had a little bit of a reset here with all that snow melting, and ground temperatures are trying to warm. I think it's going to be one of those things too that roads may not have as much impact. There's definitely going to be that possibility, but your grass, maybe your front lawn is going to be the area that sees the best chances of accumulations, and then higher elevated surfaces having the best chances of accumulation. So maybe you have a table on your back porch. That's something that could see that accumulation sort of build up as we get through this weekend into maybe even the start of next week. Now let's get back to today. Temperatures right now are sitting mostly into the mid to upper 30s, so definitely a day above freezing. A few areas have tried to approach the 40s. That doesn't really surprise us for this afternoon. Cloud cover, though, may be helping keep a few areas a little bit cooler. That rain chance as well helping. As we get through the rest of our afternoon, temperatures going to reach their highs right about now through about 5 p.m. and then continuing to see that drop back towards freezing as we get past sunset. Again, some areas will see a chance of snow as early as 6 p.m., and that will be a lighter snow through about midnight in a few areas, especially down in our southern counties and along 127, and then eventually getting that transition into lake effect snow into our northern counties. I also wanted to highlight, if you've been outdoors here on this Friday, you do probably noticed it's been a windy day, and the National Weather Service has continued to highlight this wind with a wind advisory for our southern counties. So that again includes Shiawassee, Genesee, and Lapeer counties, wind gust up to 45 miles per hour. And it's not just that area. Most of mid-Michigan has been breezy today. So this is our sustained winds here at 207. Out of the south-southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And when we look at our wind gust, it is really all of mid-Michigan seeing wind gust at 15 to 30 miles per hour. Our strongest wind gusts are in areas like Huron County with Port Hope and Bad Axe at 26 and 27. You get down to the south, Flint at 32. I know Saginaw about 30 minutes ago had a reading right around 32 to 33 miles per hour. So it's a breezy one out there. You're going to feel it as you get out and about. So just don't be surprised by that. Now, we do have the weekend coming up. I know many people are excited for that. Obviously not excited for that snow chance if you're someone that doesn't like the winter weather. Here's your weekend planner before we go into a quick break. Saturday, lake effect snow chances on and off throughout much of the day, especially you live in northern mid-Michigan, Roscommon, Clare, Gladwin, and then Ogama counties out to the bay. Temperatures, though, a little bit warmer, up into the mid to upper 30s. This is very similar to a November snow, maybe one of the first snows we had of the year where we had temperatures 35, 36, 37, but we got the wind just setting up just right. Ground was dry, but warm enough where you could get some, or cold enough where you get some accumulation. So it's just something we'll have to watch out for. Wind does calm down a little bit. It's going to be out of the northwest at 5 to 15. And then Sunday, we start to get more, or we continue to see snow chances. Temperatures, though, a little bit cooler there, staying below freezing for a majority of Sunday. Just a little bit breezier as well. A northwest wind at 10 to 15 with gusts up to 20. But with that, I don't see any questions over in our Facebook chat, so I do have to take a quick break. Once I come back from that break, we're going to be looking more at this snow chance, temperatures through the weekend, and that wind development as we get over the next couple of days. So stay right here. Well, welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here live for the second half of our TV5 First Alert Weather live stream. I want to thank everyone for joining me here today as we just continue to monitor the snow chance that we have as we get over the next couple of days. So I did want to start off our second half here looking at our hour by hour once again. Like I've mentioned before the break, we do have a snow chance looking to increase here over the next couple of hours. Obviously, we started the morning with some rain. We're going to end the day with that snow chance. It won't be the most widespread. Here at 4 p.m., we continue to see maybe some isolated chances down to the south. It'll be mostly Shiawassee, Genesee, Lapeer, possibly getting into southern Tuscola and Sanilac counties. I think if you live in Flint, Lapeer, Owasso, those will be areas you definitely could see, or even near those areas, see some isolated chances by about 4 p.m. As we get through the rest of our afternoon, our wind will start to shift out of the west-northwest, and by about 10 p.m., well, that's where we start to see the restart of some lake effect snow chances. So that will shift that snow chance from our southern counties into our northern counties. So it'll be areas like West Branch, Houghton Lake, Gladwin, Clare, Whittemore, Rose City, Standish. I think you're going to be in that possibility of seeing that lake effect snow chance reach you as early as 10 p.m. Now it's lake effect. Things are going to change. It is really hard to give you a precise location, but we can give you that it's going to be our northern counties north of the bay that will have the best chances of seeing lake effect snow banding set up as we get through the rest of our Friday, again, Friday night into Saturday morning and then into Saturday afternoon. So this is our hour by hour at 3 p.m. on Saturday. We're starting to see snow bands set up there to the north. You can see a band setting up really from far areas like Manistee out there to the west, all the way through northern Clare County into Gladwin and towards just north of Bay City and even into northern Tuscola County. And again, this band could change locations very quickly. It could shift north, it could shift south. So be prepared for these sort of quick sort of changes within your snow pattern if you do see snowfall for your Saturday. Here as we get through Saturday afternoon, this is at 6 p.m. You can see that snow band wanting to set up from Clare all the way to Sandusky. So that's just, again, going to be what we have to keep an eye out on for the next 24 hours. Where do these lake effect snow bands want to set up? As we get through Saturday night, winds will start to shift again as the low pressure system starts to move out of mid-Michigan, and we'll start to see sort of that backside of that low where you do have some sort of energy / turbulence in the atmosphere, and that is going to give us another chance of snow. Maybe not as much a lake effect chance, but just having that energy to develop snow as we get through Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. So this is at noon on Sunday, seeing that snow chance through our northern counties, but even through Bad Axe, Sandusky, Flint, Lapeer, Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, just maybe a larger area seeing this snow. Now, is it going to be the heaviest snow? Most likely not. If you get lake effect, you definitely have that possibility. And then that snow chance just continues through Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening, but definitely looks to become more isolated as we roll into Sunday night and Monday morning. Now, in terms of our snowfall potential, I did want to quickly highlight this is a 2-day snowfall potential, so this is for really starting this evening. I'm going to say Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday, so almost 2.5 days, but we're going to say Saturday and Sunday, 1 to 3 inches up into our northern counties. That includes Whittemore, Houghton Lake, West Branch. As you start to move south, you see that trace to 2 inches. And a reminder, we've had a reset. We've been warm. Where ground temperatures have tried to sort of warm up a little bit. I think our roads have warmed up a little bit. So accumulations are going to struggle, especially at the start of the snow tonight into tomorrow. The question mark will be late Saturday into Sunday as temperatures start to drop, where our air temperatures will be below freezing. How does that help set up accumulations into at least the end of the weekend? And that is why that trace to 2 is set up there for the remainder of mid-Michigan as we get through the next couple of days. And like I mentioned, we do see a cool down as we get through the weekend. Here's your lows for tonight. We're back upper 20s, lower 30s, so dropping back below freezing. That will help us see some accumulations for areas that start to transition a little bit earlier to a snow chance. Then we get to Saturday afternoon. It's back into the mid to upper 30s, so it's a warmer one. Like I mentioned, though, before, very similar to what we had sort of for our first snow earlier in the year. At the end of last year in November, our temperatures at that 35, 36, 37 range. So we'll see how things accumulate with that. But then as we get through Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to get back towards freezing. We're going to have a few areas below freezing, so that will help us out for anyone that is looking for some of those snow accumulations as we get through the weekend. Lori says in our Facebook chat, we all knew winter was coming back, bring on the new snow. Yeah, I think a lot of people have that mindset. I know I talked to a few people on Facebook and on other social medias that were like, man, I was really enjoying the winter. And again, not everyone has that mindset. I know I've also talked to a few people that have been like, I really wish we would stay dry and a little bit warmer, but it is Michigan, it is February. We're getting luckily closer to the end of the season, but we may still have a few more weeks of this sort of colder temperatures and snow chance that try to hang on as we transition into March and then eventually April. Now, I did want to highlight our wind gusts because it has been breezy, so let's see how they're going to evolve over the next couple of days. This is through the rest of our afternoon. This is Friday at 5 p.m. You're seeing strong wind gusts for our southern counties. This is why the National Weather Service has highlighted our southern counties with that wind advisory. That will continue to set up as we get through 7 p.m. Looks like our peak wind gusts could be around 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m. And then after about 10 p.m., it does look like we're going to calm down just a little bit, back into the teens, the 20s, the 30s. So still breezy out there, but in a better spot. And then continuing to see breezier conditions as we get up Saturday morning. By the afternoon, Saturday and Saturday night, we see wind gusts out of the north at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then Sunday, that low pressure system will start to move out to our east, and that is going to actually pick up wind gusts just a little bit more. I think it'll fall short of any kind of wind advisory, especially out towards Clare, Mount Pleasant, Holton Lake. But still going to be breezy. Just be prepared for that. If you do have anything that's outdoors that could be blown away, you will have that possibility into Sunday afternoon. And then that continues to be the site for mid-Michigan through Sunday night, as it just stays breezy at 15 to 25 miles per hour. So definitely just a breezy weekend ahead. I don't see any more questions over in our chat, so I did want to take a look at our 7-day forecast before we end the stream. Again, that rain chance this morning will transition into snow later this afternoon into our evening. We'll have lake effect snow chances for Saturday, scattered snow chances on Sunday, with temperatures dropping as we get through the weekend, even at the start of the weekend, mid-30s on Saturday, lower 30s on Sunday, and then we'll get the 20s on Monday and Tuesday. It does look like we'll have a little bit of a warm-up mid-next week, back into the mid-30s on Wednesday. There's just a few systems we'll just have to watch out for, maybe giving us some more rain and snow chances through next week. That looks to be on Tuesday night and into Thursday. But again, that's going to change. It's already changed a little bit. If you watched yesterday, if you watched any of the TV5 First Alert weather coverage, you probably noticed that changed yesterday. That rain chance was, or that snow chance was on Wednesday. We have moved it a little bit earlier. Forecasting models have just pushed it a little bit earlier, so now it's falling on Tuesday. But just something we'll have to just keep an eye out as we get through the next couple of days. But with that, I don't see any questions over in our Facebook chat. I want to thank everyone for joining me here on this Friday. Hopefully everyone's had a wonderful day. As always, if you need some more TV5 First Alert weather coverage, head over to our website at wnem.com/weather. There, we try to give you more updates on our weather article. There's the weather tab on top of the website. And you also get more news and sports from the TV5 news and sports teams. You can also check out our newscast later this afternoon at 4, 5, 5:30, and 6. And you also stick for another First Alert weather live stream at 9 p.m. where TV5 First Alert Chief Meteorologist Chris Easlick will have more updates on the snow chances. We'll start to get a better idea as snow should be falling at that time. But like I said before, thanks for everyone for joining me here today. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for joining us. Today's stream has been brought to you by Lockhart Roofing.